Yes, it's visible. You can start.
Hello everyone. First of all, thank you, Salesforce Developer Group Bhubaneswar, for having me. I'm glad that I'm here. So today's topic is introduction to omni-channel that we use in Service Cloud. It is one of the key features of Service Cloud. Just a small introduction about me. I am 4x Salesforce certified, 2x Copilot certified, and 1x Blossom certified. I have been recently called out as Salesforce Marketing Champion, and I'm working as a Salesforce developer at Cognizant. These are my social media IDs. You can follow me over here. So let's not waste time and move on to today's agenda. So we'll cover up what is Service Cloud, why should we use Service Cloud, key features of Service Cloud, what is omni-channel routing, its demo, any So what is Service Cloud? Cloud is built on the Salesforce customer success platform. It provides you with a 360-degree view of your customers and enables you to deliver smarter, faster, and more personalized services. The purpose here is to foster one-to-one marketing relationships with every customer across multiple channels and devices. And when I say multiple channel and devices, that means it can be phone, web, email, or call. So Service Cloud basically can listen and respond to customers across a variety of social platforms and automatically route cases to the appropriate agents so that the customers can get their issues resolved faster. With Service Cloud, we can automate service processes, streamline workflows, and surface key articles, topics, and experts to transform the agent experience. Why should we use Service Cloud? There is a specific call center within the Service Cloud console. So for any business, it is very useful, which will also maximize the productivity of agents. And for agents, all the information will be at one. So if everything is at one place, agents' productivity is very much maximized, by which the customer experience will be enhanced. And as I said that uh, that we can connect with customers across multiple channels. So that means we are leveraging social media platforms. And there's a smart collaboration, and Service Cloud is a mobile-first platform. So Salesforce lists 9 key features of Service Cloud, starting with Agent Workspace. Salesforce Service Cloud Agent Workspace is an omni-channel console for customer support representatives. So it is basically used for equipping the service team with quick and simple access to all of the things that are necessary for their work using Agent Console. Next being case management. We can say it is perhaps the most important Salesforce feature in Service Cloud. It is basically used for organizing the work of a customer support department, which is the agent side, with a case system. Next being knowledge management. It is needed for resolving issues faster. There will be always some repetitive issues. So the solution for these issues can be jotted down as a QA that can be reused by the agents and also by the customers. The customers can use it in a self-service format. Next being service process automation. Support functions can be automated with artificial intelligence. Next being next being service analytics. It basically displays data regarding an employee's performance, that is agent's performance, the volume of cases that he is handling, and which can be predicted to get the customer trends. And these all things will be displayed in a dashboard. Next being CTI, computer telephony integration. It is a computer telephony plugin that allows adding calls to Salesforce, and that too without the need to use external tools. Next being live web chat. It is basically a console wherein the customer can connect with the agent 24/7. Next being asset and order management. This tracks customer data such as assets, order history, and support history. Let's go on to the next slide. So what is omni-channel routing? When I say omni, the word omni means that all of the communication can take place, can take at only one place. And channel means all the communication that is taking place, it is a way to communicate for support. So omni-channel is a tool that is inside sales or service console. Like we can use it both ways in the both clouds, which when once enabled and configured can automatically pushes work to your users in real time. So omnichannel takes incoming work items and routes them to the most qualified available support agents using the routing criteria that we define. So it can be configured in three ways. First being queue-based routing, second being skill-based routing, third being external routing. Those who does not know what does queue-based routing does, queues will be assigned to multiple agents. So one queue of multiple agents will be working on it. Any case that is assigned to that particular queue will be given to the agents that are in that queue. Skill-based routing, in this routing, agents will require a specific amount of skills. Basically, based on that skill, the case will be assigned, which I'll show you how. Next being external routing. It is a third-party routing implementation which routes work items through omnichannel. So as I said, what does queue-based routing does? It basically assigns agents to the queues, will have a queue in which all the agents will be there, which typically represent a single skill. There should be only one skill in queue-based routing, but in skill-based routing, there can be n number of skills. Omnichannel assigns work items to this queue that we made, which have agents, and then pushes work items to an agent who is a member of that queue. So the best use case for queue-based routing will be, it can be used best for smaller organizations that support a limited number of products. That means that has a single skill. Second being skill-based routing. We basically assign skills to agents and required skills to work item types. Omnichannel matches these work items to agents who possess all the required skills. The best use case will be the best for larger organizations that have many agents that support many products, support products that require complex skill sets. That means we have n number of skill sets. Customers in many countries or across multiple languages. If I say many countries, that means there are multiple languages. And if I say multiple languages, that means there can be n number of skills. Like the skill 1 can be English, skill 2 can be German, skill 3 can be French. So this means there are multiple types of skills. Next, last being external routing. So it is a third-party routing implementation of our choice, routes work items through omnichannel. Omnichannel will be the bridge to agents via the Salesforce Service Console. A developer uses APIs, partner routing application with Salesforce. The best use case will be any organization that want to route the work to Salesforce Service Console while keeping the routing implementation that the organization currently uses. So let's move on to the demo for better understanding. So this is a person, his name is Bob, and he says, my agents are spending too much time on cases and assign cases to themselves. Of course, that cannot be a case. Few of my agents assigning only low priority cases and leaving high priority in queues. And few of my agents are full loaded with others while others are free. So these are his issues, and we can solve it by queue-based routing. So what does queue-based routing does? This is just a workflow. Like if a case is being assigned, saying my laptop is not working. So when the case is being assigned, there will be a queue which is laptop service group. Like this queue consists of these three agents. So when a case is being created, it will be automatically routed to this queue. And what will this queue does? Like first agent says that I am working on 2 items. Second agent says that I am working on 1 item. And the third agent says that I have no items. So what will this queue do? It will basically transfer the new case to the agent that has zero or has the least amount of cases open. So if there is no omni-channel, like what is the use of omni-channel? If supposedly I don't have omni-channel in my org, so when a case will be assigned, there is obviously a queue with these three agents. Now, first one is working on maybe 0 items, second is working maybe on 1, third is working on 2, which will not be considered, of course. But if a case has been assigned and I have a queue, so this person will say that this is just a normal issue, let me take this issue. This person will say, no, I want to rest, I don't want to take any issues. Person will also say, okay, I don't have any items, so let me take this issue. So that will create a chaos and there will be no customer satisfaction because the case ending will take a lot of time. So this is why there is omni-channel in our org. So when a case, there will be a queue and we can see that the first person is working on 0 items, the second with 1 and third with 2. So the least one having least cases being assigned who is working will be assigned. Like omni-channel assigns this case to the agent as he is not working on anything right now. Okay. Let's move on to the demo. Can it be done? Like there are few steps that we need to follow. I'll just go through one by one. As the org opens, we need to go to setup. In the quick find box, we'll just type on, and you can see under omni-channel, there is a omni-channel settings. Just click, just click on omni-channel settings. And a window pops up in which you'll see enable omni-channel. So you can see here, omni-channel basically routes work items to your support agents. So I'll just enable it and I'll just click on save. As I don't want any skill-based routing or any secondary routing priority or anything over here, so I'll just leave it like this and I'll just click on save. Once omni-channel is being saved, like we have switched to omni-channel in our org. So the next thing that we need to create is a service channel. Again, you can see under omni-channel the service channel. So what does the service channel do? It is basically a way to communicate with the support team. Now, service channel can be of any object, like it can be of any custom object or it can be of case or lead object. So I'll just click on new and I'll give a name. Maybe case queue. Anything relatable for now. And I'll just click on save. I've taken the object as case. Once the second step is done, that is creating the service channel, the third step comes, which is creating routing configuration. Again, on quick find, when you type routing under omni-channel, you'll see routing configuration. So this configuration basically helps to give priority to the work items. And we can also give the capacity for these work items. Now, when I say work item, it can be again of anything, case, lead, or custom object. And capacity is basically the weight of each work item. So when I create a case, which will be treated as one unit, which means that is one work item. And when I give the capacity, that means the agent can handle that much amount of capacity. So I'll give a routing configuration name. Okay. I'll give the priority as 1. This means that it is at the topmost priority. And I'll give the routing model for now as least active. And as I said, units of capacity, that means one case will be treated as 1 unit. And I'll just click on save. So the routing model here, least activity, there were more 2 options, which was most available and external routing. So least active means the agent who has the least amount of work, he or she will be found out and the new case will be assigned to him or her. As I have explained in the workflow of queue-based routing. And most available means the total work that the agent can do will be subtracted from the current work that the agent is doing. So it will be calculated according to that. For now, we'll give least active. Now that we have created a routing configuration, we of course need to assign it to a queue. Queue will be nothing, like we'll just assign agents to this. Squad. High score. Okay. And I'll, as I have given the case object in the service channel, so I'll select the case object and I'll also select the routing configuration that we created in the 3rd step. You can see that we created this one, case queue config. And just for the demo purpose, I'm giving myself as the agent over here. And I'll just click on save. So we have created a queue. Queue has an agent, that is me for now. So we are almost done with everything. But we need to go with, step that we need to follow is, we need to create a presence configuration. So what does this do? Basically here we tell Salesforce that whenever there will be a case, you route it to us. And we can, we as an agent, like I as an agent can have an ability to decline any work items. That is any cases that is being routed to me. And I need to provide a specific reason for that. There will always be a default version. So just click on new. I'll again give a name. Give us 20. This means that I can handle up to 20 cases. And I can, as I said, that there are few checkboxes. So as it suggests, like automatically accept requests. So whenever a case will be routed, I won't be having any option to like decline it or accept it. It will automatically be accepted. And as I said, allow agents to decline request. Like if I want to decline it, I'll have an option of, as an agent, I'll have an option of declining it as well. So I don't want this anything. So I'll just click on save. So now that we have created presence configuration, we need certain statuses, like online on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere, we see that there is available or online, offline, chatting. So those statuses, we need to show it to the agent side. So just click on new. And I'll give the first status as available. And it should be online because available online. This was the service channel that we created. So I just need to add it over here and click on save. For now, I'll just create 2 statuses, that is available and busy. Busy. And when you create busy, keep this in mind that you need to give the status option as busy. If you don't give this, then it will be treated as online only. Just click on save. I have created I've created a queue in which I am the agent, but I need to assign it to my profile, right? So for that, we need to go to profiles, and I'm the system administrator. So I'll go directly to system admin. Don't click on edit, click on system administrator and find enabled present service present status here. Just click on that, click on edit. you'll see that these were the statuses that I created in the earlier step: available and busy. Just add it over here and click on save. So everything is now done, but I haven't given the omni-channel utility in my application. So I'll just go on App Manager. I'll select any application that is related to service. So now I'll just select Service Console, click on the drop down, click on Edit. On the very left, you'll see utility items. Just click on that. Click on add utility item and you'll see omni-channel over here. Just click on omni-channel and just click on save. So by doing this, I've just added omni-channel in my application. So I'll go back to my application and see whether I see an omni-channel utility button or not. Click on the app launcher, go to Service Console. And we need to go to cases. So here you can see at the very left bottom, I can see omni-channel tab. But it is now offline. So I have created present statuses in one step. So let me click on this drop down. I should see available and busy. As you can see, we can see available and busy. So this is where the present statuses come from. I'll just click on available. Now you can see there's a green button. That means it is available. I'll just create a case and let me see if I get a pop-up or not that a case has been created. I'll just give any information, just give a subject. That was not working. This is just for the demo purpose. So there is no cases has been popped up. Why is it so? Because I have changed. I haven't changed the case owner. So both are me. So it won't be like given to me, right? So I'll just click on queues. I'll find my squad that I created. I'll just click on that. Change owner. Yep. So here you go. Okay. So this was the subject. My laptop is not working. This is from an agent size, and this is the case that I've created just for the demo purpose. Like this is how it works. So you can see there's a tick button. So if I click on this, that means the case will be routed to me as an agent. So now you can see this is the work I'm working on. I can see all the updates here, everything, whatever be it, and I can chat over here. So this is how it works. Okay, let's switch on to the slides. I hope everybody is understanding.
Kayati, we have one question. Would you like to take that?
Sure,
It's
sure.
related to. So Rahul is asking, can't we add more than 2 present status?
Yeah, we can add more than 2. Just for the demo purpose, I have given this available and busy. Like you have to create one by one. We have a limited amount of time. So I have just created for 2 for now.
Okay. The another question is, can we change the case owner automatically or is it by code?
No, for here, like I'll just show you. Wait, case owner, right? Okay, I have just closed it. For this, like for the demo purpose, I have given like I have to change the case owner because I am the agent and I am creating the case. So both is me. So that way it won't work, right? But when you will give it in a company website or somewhere, then agent will be you and maybe the customer will be me. So in that purpose, you won't have to change anything.
Okay. Can you just show what did you do so that case was visible to you? That's
Sure,
what people are asking.
Sure. maybe I'll just create a new case and show you guys. So that will be, just go to your app. So every time you go, the Omni channel will be offline. So you have to make it online, like available. See, available. Just go to cases. See, here what I am doing is that I am one who is creating a case as a customer, right? So I am just giving my, maybe my phone is not working. I'll just click on save. So I created a queue named My Squad, if you guys remember. So that let's just take My Squad as a company. As in a company, there is an agent named Khyati Mehta, but I am also the owner. So for here, for the demo purpose, I need to change the case owner. Like for now, it is a user, but I need to give it as in a queue. So just click on the change owner icon. Just click on the drop down. You'll see queue, and just type in your queue name. My Squad. I created a My Squad queue. I'll just change owner. Once you change it, the
Great. So we can continue with the session. We'll take other questions later at a later point of time.
Sure. So queue-based routing is done. Let's go with skill-based routing. So as I said that if I am the owner of a company and if my company is handling multiple countries, like there are customers who are from multiple companies, and I have a company which has multiple products as well. So when I say multiple companies, multiple products, that means there will be a certain amount of queue. For now, the example that I have shown, there were no multiple products, there were no multiple languages. So one queue worked for me. But now when I have 2 products and 2 languages, yeah. So when I have, sorry guys. Yeah. So when I have 2 products and 2 languages, that means I'll have to create 4 queues. And if supposingly I increase the product or I increase the amount of languages, like the customers are approaching a lot, there are multiple countries that are approaching me as a company. So there will be multiple languages. So if I have 3 products and 2 languages, that means 6 queues. Supposingly if I say I have 10 products and 10 languages, that means I have 100 queues, which like for a person, for a company, it is not feasible to make 100 queues and assign 100 agents, like how many agents you want to assign, and then like do the routing. So for this purpose, we have skill-based routing. So these are some steps of skill-based routing, which I'll show you one by one. Let's see how it works. As I said, I have given only 2 agents for now, and these are the skills. I'm owning the company and I have 2 agents under me. So for the first person, like there are 3 skills: product 1, product 2, product 3, and there are 3 languages as well. So if the first agent is having skill product 1, product 2 and English, and the second agent is having product 3, German and Hindi. So when a case has been created, which is I have a query on product 1, need agent support who knows English. So what the skill-based routing does, this is the subject of a case. So skill-based routing basically notes the words of the subjects, and it takes the words and assign the cases accordingly. So here I can see there's a product 1 and English. So skill-based routing will technically pick these words and will see which agent has these skills. So I can see over here, I can see the first agent has product 1 as a skill, and the second skill needed is English. So yes, the first agent has English as well. So this is how skill-based routing works. Supposingly I say case has been created that says I need a query on product 2, and the language that I prefer as a customer should be German and Hindi. I say product 3, that means this person has the required skill with German and Hindi. So this is how skill-based routing works. Okay, skill-based routing can be done with 2 ways. First being the Apex, that is the old school version, and the new school version is flow version where you did not need any code. I'll show you both. So how does Apex work? So if there is a subject like OS, I need a case. I need a support on OS installation, and the language that I prefer is English. So a case has been created. Now what will it do? So in Apex, there won't be like we can create queues and everything, but Apex has its way. Like first, we need to create PSR. So what is PSR? This basically creates a request for case, but you can think it as in a draft state. Once a PSR has been created, I need to add skills required for cases that need to get routed. Like basically creating skill requirement for cases. This means that what are the skills required to address for a given case. Like as I said, the like we will find like the Apex code will find out the subject, like the words from the subject, like OS installation. I can see we have 2 agents and we have 4 skills like OS installation, English, German, and product inquiry. So if I want to route this case via skill-based routing, so what will Apex class will do? Apex class will first of all create a PSR, which is pending service request, and then find out the words from the subject and match it with the skills like OS installation, English, and then route it to the case. So when the skills are being done, it basically updates service request to product to proceed. This means request is ready, like it is ready to rock and roll, and it can be assigned. So from here, when these steps are being done, like the code will create a PSR, find out which skills are needed, and it will also push it in a queue. Then Salesforce will play the match the following here, and it will basically match the case, match the subject with the skill IDs, and then it will route it accordingly. So here, as I said, OS installation, I need English support. That means I can see this agent has the required skills according to this subject. So the case here will be assigned to this person. So let's move on. So these are some steps that are needed for Apex based routing. I'll just show you one by one. Just click on setup. The first step would obviously be creating enabling omni-channel in my org. This is a fresh org, so you need to do everything from the start. Enable. And as I said in the first one, that I was not enabling any of these because I didn't wanted it, but now I want skill-based routing. So I'll just click on enable and click on save. Once the omni-channel, we enable the skill-based routing in our org, next will be creating service channel. Click on service channel. Just click. These steps, some of the steps are same as the queue in the queue-based routing. So I'll just give case Apex just to be unique, and just click on save. After this, we did routing configuration, but here, as it is skill-based routing, we need to create some skills that will assign to our agents. So I'll just click on type in on skills, and under omnichannel, just click on skills. Click on new. I'll just try once more. Yeah. So you just need to give like as I've shown in the workflow. I'll just give the same names so that you guys can understand. Just give an OS installation as the name and just click on save. Same way, I'll create 3 more. Product inquiry. Click on save. And I'll create 2 more skills, which is 2 languages. English. Click on save. And German. And click on save. So now I have created 4 skills, but I need some agents, right? So that I can like assign these skills to those agents. For that, you need to go onto App Launcher and click on Service Resources. So here, when I create on, like when I click on new and I create a service resource, that means I'm creating a user who will be my agent. So all the agents that needed to be worked should be added in the service resource. So I'll just create it directly from here. So for first name that I'll be giving will be mine. That be Mehta. And I'll see myself. And this is the most important part. Give it as agent. The resource type should be agent. And just click on save. I'll give one more. Click on new. Now I also need to create a user because I want one more person to be agent, right? So just go on to users. I have created beforehand, but I'll show you guys. I've created this Alan Brown. When you create the user, make sure that you mark the Service Cloud user button, like checkbox. If you don't click this button, you don't make sure that this button has been checked, then you won't be able as a agent as being Alan Brown, you won't be able to receive any. So this checkbox is a needed. So I'll just give Alan Brown, click agent and save. I have created my 2 agents. I have created my skills as well. But now I need to give the skills to my agents. The first one was Kathy. I'll just go on to the related tab, which is on the left side. I don't see anything for that. You need to go to setup, then object manager, go to service resources. You'll see a custom standard object over here. Click on service resources, go to page layouts. Go to the drop down, click on edit. We basically are adding the skill button.
Hey Kayati, you there? Chinmay, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but I am also not able to listen clearly.
Yeah, I think we lost her. So we'll give it a minute or two, maybe some internet issue.
Yeah.
Kayati.
Hi. So sorry.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Please go ahead.
Sure. Can you just tell me like where was I last for you guys?
So yeah, this page, you landed on this page and then your
Yeah.
voice went off.
Perfect.
Skills tab
Yeah, skills
related.
tab.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will, as I said, I cannot see any skills over here. Like I need to add skills to my agent, so I cannot see anything over here. For that, I will go to the page layout, go to the service resource object, which is a standard object. Go to page layouts, go to related list, and just drag and drop the skills over here and click on save. Once I refresh this, I should see a skills tab over here. Let's see. Yes. So this is where I'll add my skills. I'll just click on new, and I'll just like you can see the skills that I've created. I'll just click on OS installation. I'll give the skill level as 5. So what does the skill level means? It is basically like 1 to 10 is a skill level. So 1 will be the like I know everything about OS installation. Like as an agent, I know everything about OS installation. 10 being the I know least amount. So I'll just give the average number. And I'll just give any previous date and just save. So sorry. I think it is not active. Okay, sorry. You also need to active. So just click on active and just I forgot this step. Sorry, guys. So you just need to active these agents. And now do the same steps. I think it should take now. Yes. So one skill I have assigned to this agent named Khyati Mehta. So I'll assign one more. Let it be English. And I'll give an average skill level for now. And just a previous date for the start date and click on save. So I've given 2 skills over here. The same way I'll give 2 skills to Alan Brown. It will all the steps will be the same. Just go to related, click on new, and assign whatever skills you want. I'll give product inquiry, skill level being 5, start date, and save on new. I'll give one more as German, skill level, and just click on save. So I have assigned these skills to my service resources. The next step will be creating a present status. As I've shown in the queue-based routing, it will all be the same. I just need to give some statuses to my agents. Same way, available, give online, give your select your service channel that you have created. For now, I've created this case Apex. It should be online, and just click on save. One more I'll create, which is busy. Need to click on this checkbox, which is busy, and click on save. Once I've created this present status, I need to give this to my profile. Like I need to assign the statuses to my profile. I'll just click on profile. Go to system admin. I have created one more user named Alan Brown, right? But I've given this Alan Brown also as a system admin profile. So for now, it'll be easy for me. But if you give different profiles, you need to go and enable it in both the profiles. So I'll select enable service present statuses and just click on edit. And these are the statuses that I've created and add. I've done till now we have covered all the basic steps. Now I need to create an Apex class which will route the skills. For that, I'll go to developer console. Click on Apex class. I have kept this class for a better understanding. This is the class. I'll make you understand step by step. As I said over here in the routing, in the workflow, that I'll have to create the steps. Like as a agent, as a company person, I have to create the steps for the Apex class to work. So first being the PSR, then I need to add skills that is required for cases to get routed, and the third being push request to queue. So we'll see how it works. So this method, like routing cases to agents method, will have the logic to route the cases. So this is the logic wherein we are routing the cases. Okay. So this method will obviously need some cases. For that, I have given case IDs. So whenever cases gets created, those cases should be forward. And when I say cases, that means any like my laptop is not working or anything, any case gets created, that case should be forwarded to this method, which is routing cases to agents. Okay, so that's the reason we need to give a input parameter, which is fetching case IDs. So I've given it in a list form. So we need to query on this case IDs, right? So any cases that routes, it should be in one place, and it should like what information do I need from the case? So I basically need the ID and the subject. ID, of course, for like routing the cases. Why do I need the subject? As I said, skill-based routing works with the subject format. Like the words from the subject will be chosen and like will be taken out, you can see, and will be matched with the skills that the agents possess. So it will route in that form. So when we have the cases and when we have everything, I've also created a list of the skill. So this is nothing, basically it will fetch out the ID and the master label from the skill and it will match accordingly. So when we have our cases, and now we need to create a PSR. This is the first step. For this, I need to give a loop. So I've just created, like, if there is one case, if one case has been fetched, I have only one information, so only one PSR will be created. But supposing if I have like 10 number of cases, like 10 cases have been assigned, so 10 PSR will be created. For this, I need to give this loop. So this loop will basically, like, it will loop through all the cases that are inserted. So in here, like, I have just given an instance of the object, and I've taken some information like work item, routing type, routing priority. The routing type will always be the like skill based. Routing priority means this should be the topmost priority. Capacity means the agents can handle this much amount of work. Then comes service channel ID. I keep it in mind that you always need to use your own service channel ID. So I'll show you how. Go to setup, click on service channel, go to service channel. This was the second step in our skill-based routing. So I've created this service channel named Case Apex. Click on Case Apex, and you'll see there's an ID popping in the URL. So basically, after this word, you need to like copy this ID. This is the ID that you need for service channel ID. Like, this is your service channel ID. Just click on save. Don't forget to copy paste your service channel ID. That, like, every time there's a new version, so don't forget to copy paste, or else it won't work. So routing model, I've given most available, and like, I have inserted this PSR to my list. So this is how first step is done. So now when the first step is done, second step is adding skills required for cases to get routed. So we basically here want to, like, match the skills with the case subject. Like, we have to find out the skills required for a given case based on its subject. For that, we need to run a loop. Again, the same way, I've just created a matching skill ID so that there will be an ease in matching it. So for that, we need to run a loop through all the skills and skill rack. Inside, we will check that if the case subject contains, like, if the case subject has the master label. Master label means, like, in our case, it is OS installation, English, German, product inquiry. This is where the master label plays a role. So if the subject that is coming from the case contains the master label, then we'll add it to our skill list. So if it is matching, we will store the skill IDs. So basically, we are storing the skill IDs. Now, when we have the skill IDs, we need to associate this skill IDs with the PSR request. For that, again, I have given a skill requirement list, and we are just running a loop and like creating an object and need to tell that which skill we are associating. For that, I have given the skill ID with the matching skill level. As I said, it is 5 for now. Like we have given the average one. And I'll just add the skill request to the like associate this matching skill with the PSR request. Once this is done, and this is the last step and the easiest, that we need to push this request in the queue. So I'm just pushing this request to the queue, and this is how we write the Apex class. But now the question comes: who will call this method? Like if we are writing an Apex class, or if we are writing any class, we need someone to call this method, right? Or else this class won't work. So who will call this Apex class? For that, we need to create process builder. I'll just save on this class. Go to your setup. Go to process builder. So basically, like there are standard ways to call it. First being writing a trigger or using a process builder. As we all know, Salesforce, like we all love no coding. So process builder is the thing that I'm choosing right now. So I'll write case. I'll just give any name, skill based, and select the process as record changes and click on save. Give the object as case, as I selected, like I have selected this object in the service channel. So I'll select the same object. Click on save. Now comes, we need to give an criteria. So what criteria will I give? Like I'll give subject should not be null. So if the subject is null, that means how will I fetch that which skills are being needed, like which agent is being needed. So for that, I'll give the criteria as the subject should not be null. Subject choose is null, give false. And just click on save. So this is basically finding out that the subject is not null. If the subject is not null, then there should be an action, right? So here we'll call our Apex class that we have created. Apex class calling. Sorry. What was our Apex class name? It is skill based. I don't find skill based as in my Apex class. Why is that so? Because I need to give an annotation here that is invocable method. Once I write this class, this method can be called from anywhere inside our org. So this annotation is needed. So I need to refresh this once to work on. Go to the add action button and just give Apex class calling, and hopefully we should see the Apex class now. Okay. So that this annotation is a needed one if you want to like call this case from any workflows. Just click on. So now I need to there is a case ID that is being routed, right, every time. So where this will case ID come from? It will come from here. So just click on add row. You'll see case IDs. Click on filter reference. So I'm basically referencing my case IDs to the original case IDs that will be created when a case will be created. So just click on case ID and choose, and just click on save. So yeah, this is how we are calling our Apex class, which we have created to route the cases. I'll just activate it. Everything is done, but as usual, we haven't added our omni-channel utility in our app. So as I have shown, this is a fresh org. So I need to add it again. So go to Service Console, click on Edit. Just the same version as we did in queue-based routing. Just click on Add Utility and add omni-channel, and click on Save. Okay, so we have done. We are done with our steps for like skill-based routing using Apex. Let's check it out, that if it works or not. So just go to App Launcher, go to your application. Sorry guys. Service Console, not Service Resources. Service Console. Yes, I can see omni-channel, but this is me as an agent, right? This is Khyati Mehta as an agent. I need to log in as Alan Brown as well to see if the cases are being routed there also or not. Like, how does this skill-based routing work? Click on User, and I'm just keeping it in a new window. So here I am as Alan Brown, and here I am as Khyati Mehta. So both agents are on. So both are offline. So make it available first. Both agents should be online. Just refresh it. Wait. Yeah, see, Alan Brown is online. Khyati Mehta should be online as well. Oh, so wait. Yeah. So this is online. Let's create a case and see where it gets routed. I'm just giving anything for now. As I said, the subject that we give, the words that we give will be matched with the skill IDs, right? With the skills. So I'll write, I need support for OS installation, and my preferable language will be English. Okay, so let's just save it. Khyati Mehta was assigned with OS installation skill and English skill. So here I am being routed with work. Let's see if I have any work over here or not. I'll have to log in back.
Yes, you should use incognito mode.
I am not allowed to use that for now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this will work for now. If I create one more case, that should be routed to Alan Brown. I'll create the case accordingly the way I've given the skill IDs. So I'll write, I need support for product inquiry and in German. Click on save. See, there is no case being routed, but I'm sure that there should, okay, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to make it online. So this I make it online, and there should be a case being routed. Okay. So Alan Brown was given product inquiry and German as a skill, while Kathy Mehta as an agent was given OS installation and English as a skill. So this is how skill-based routing works. So basically, the subject, the words that are given on the subjects are treated as skills. Like I have given the same skill word in the skills option. So this is how skill-based routing works. Rahul, do we have time to move on with flow version as well?
We are on bit on like we are bit out. If you want, we can carry on. I don't think flow will take more than 15 minutes. If you want, we can go.
15 minutes is perfect.
Yeah.
I'll just give a quick demo.
Yeah, we can go for it.
Yeah. So as I have stated some steps for Apex, the same steps will be followed in the flow, but there are two added versions like creating routing, and of course you don't write to have to write a code, and the work items can be can be called via flows. So I'll quickly create routing configuration. Wait, I'll just log in back again. As you can see, I have enabled. So I just need to route. I guess it is coming from here. Yeah, so this is online. So until and unless I accept it, this will go on. So I'll just make it offline. And let's go with the flow version. Okay, so in the step it says that enable omnichannel, create service channel, which I have done. The third step says creating routing configuration. So I'll create a routing configuration. Just click on new. Give a name. Okay. Routing priority as most available. Capacity. And just click on save. So I am done with my third step. I have also created the skills. 4 skills have been created. I have created the service resources. I have assigned the skills. Present status has been created and assigned to flow. Now comes the flow part. We need to create a flow. So go to setup, click on flows, click on new flow. I'll create a new flow for my skill-based routing. I want an auto launch flow where there is no trigger, nothing. And just click on freeform. Yep. So when you click on action and just drag on top, in the right side you'll see there's a routing filter. Yeah. So you can see this routing filter. When I click on this, there is always a standard version. Like there is always a standard action given, which is skill-based routing, because I have enabled skill-based routing in my org. So here there are a set of input values that are needed. For this, I need to create certain set of input values. So we need to create certain things first. First of all, of course, I need to get all the records, that is all the skill records. So get all the skills records. Okay. I'll give the object as skill. I don't need any criteria. I'll just get all the skill records. No order. How many records to show? Of course, all the records were automatically stored. Just click on done. Once I'm getting all the records, I need to loop this, right? So, like loop through all the skills. Be particular with your name because it will help you in like better understanding further. This is the collection variable that is there. So just click on done. Okay, so loop has been created. So inside this loop, we basically are finding the case subject which is matching with the skills, and we are trying to loop on it. So now I need to create a new resource for the case subject. Just click case variable, case subject, give the data type as text, and yes, I need you need to click on available for input. Like we need a value for the case subject, right? So there should be an input option available. So basically, we are asking for a record to be inserted. Okay. So then now we have to give a decision. Like if there is a loop, that there needs to be a decision, right? If it is yes, then what will it do? So basically, I'll just give the subject as a subject contains the skill name of the current loop. So if it contains, like if there is, then what? Then yes, then this decision should work. I'll have to create a new label as well. Like here, I need to give case subject as contains. We need to give the variable, the master variable, because this means that the case subject words will be containing the variables. Is it? Loop through all the various skills and just click on master label. This is where like we are basically doing the first step, like the second step we did in the Apex class. So we are just finding out the words and we are just checking it with the skill labels. So once this is done, now you need to click on done. So the decision has been made. So when it is yes, here it will come. But in the flow version, basically the skills, the subject words will be coming in a separated in comma forms. Like if I say I want OS installation in English, so the subject will come as OS installation comma English. So for that, I need to create a new resource variable type for skills and separated commas, and I'll give it as text, and I don't want anything for now, so I'll just click on done. So a new resource has been created. Now when this has been done, I need an assignment to work. I need the assign matched skills, like all the skills that have been matched will be assigned to the agents. So I've given the name as assign match. I need to select all the skills. Click on equals. Here I'll have to create one more resource, which will be in a formula form. It will basically concatenate the skills. Data type should be obviously text. Here we'll write the formula. Okay. So what the formula will be like, all the skills that are there plus so all the skills that are there, and I'll just give a comma form, and I'll give the master label over here. So current loop through skills, and click on master label, and just click on done. So formula I have created, and I've kept it under concatenate skills, and just click on done. So an assignment has been done. Now I need to create an action to route it all. The first step that I have shown, that is routing. Go to skill-based routing. Give a label. skill-based standard, maybe the skill-based routing. I'm not sure, it's lagging a bit. Sorry, guys. In the record ID, you need to create a new resource and click on variable. And here we are basically, we will be creating a process builder that will call this flow, right? So here the case ID from the PB will be called. I will click on text and I need some input, right, from the process builder. So click on available for input and click on done. Go to routing configuration. Click on new resource. Go to variable. Need a routing config ID as well. So just give text. Can you guys see, like, is my screen freezed?
No, we are a new resource.
Okay, I think my screen is freezed. Just a second.
Yeah.
Can you see it now?
Yes. We can.
Yes. Okay. So here I need to copy the ID from the routing configuration. For that, you need to go to routing configuration. Open your routing configuration that you have created. And same way, the way we copied it before, just copy it and paste it over here. Okay. So this is done. Just click on done. Once you're done with this, you need some skill IDs as well. So click on skill IDs. And I'll need all the skills that are in the separated commas. And just click on done. So I'm basically done with my flow. So I'll just connect the flow. Starting from the start, getting the records. Once I get the records, I'm going for the loop. Once I loop it, and if it is yes, what if I get all the skills? Then I'll just go to the decision that I've created. It will be for each time in the collection. And if the decision is done, then I'll assign it. The outcome will be yes. If I don't have, like, if this is not working, then I'll again go back to the loop and the assignment will also go back to the loop. And when this is done, the action will flow. So this is how you create a flow. Just click on save. My flow is done. Just click on save and give a name, skill-based routing flow, and just click on save. This is, and click on activate. Okay, so this is done. Just go to process builder and I'll just quickly create a process builder. The same way we created this, I have to deactivate it because it is in the same or and same object won't work. So just deactivate it. Go to process builder, create a process builder, skill based flow, give the record, save, give the object, which is case, click on save. Give the criteria same, subject should not be null. Give subject should not be null and save. One subject is not null, I need an action. Here in the earlier step, we selected the option as apex. For now, I need a flow to be called. So give anything, subject. Okay. This was the flow. I need, the same way we gave some values, here also we need to give some values. The first being case subject. Refer it to the field of the case. Click on save. Again, I need one more, which is I need to give the ID, right? The ID we were fetching. So this ID will be going from here. So just refer it to the original case ID and click on save. So we are done with all the steps. Click on activate. Yeah. It is done. I'll just check it out that it is working or not. Just make the like making Khyati Mehta available the same way. I log in. I need to accept this. Yeah. So once this is done, let me just quickly log in via Alan Brown as well. And make the user, like make the agent Alan Brown as available as well. This is the earlier case. I didn't like accepted it, so it is running now as well. Until and unless you don't accept it, it will run. So I'll quickly create a case. The same way we did for Apex. I'll just give the name OS installation in English. It should route. Okay, the flow has been not saved correctly, I feel. Everything seems to be correct. Let me try one more time. Let's try one more time.
Okay, so we got to know the process. We can try once.
Yeah.
In case it works, it's okay, well and good. But we got to know the process.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why is it not working.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So let me just close it over here only.
Great.
Okay. So thank you. I'm sure you people got to know. But if you have any doubts, you can connect with me anytime on my IDs. So yeah.
Khyati, can you just first slide where you have all the details? I have posted your all the links couple of times. People can screenshot it. We will not go for the Q&A session because we are running short of time.
Sure.
Okay? You can just post and so that people can take a screenshot and reach to you.
Sure. So this
Even
is,
I have posted it couple of times. So,
thank
yeah.
you. So anyone can connect with me anytime you want. These are my IDs. So Twitter and LinkedIn is where I'm very much active. So yeah, connect with me anytime. Would love to help.
Great. Uh, Thank you, Khyati. So we'll move to Kahoot session now. So guys, please log into kahoot.it. I'll just share the pin code in a minute. So guys, questions will start appearing on your screen and answers as well. So the game pin is 3260941. So I'll start sharing my screen. And guys, please use your original names. This J and all, can you please change your name so that it will be a bit helpful for us. And we have around 120 attendees, and we'll wait for a minute or two for everyone to join. Okay. Okay, we'll start it now. I guess there are no further people to join. Okay. So we are about to begin. Okay, I see a couple of people joining. Okay. I'll give it a last minute. Okay. Three seconds more. Okay, 2, 1. So guys, we'll start now. And first question, you can see questions as well on your screen. So the first question we have is, you can monitor your agent performance via presence configuration, routing configuration, external routing, or omni-channel supervisor. So we have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 6. Okay. So we were able to record 101 answers. Out of it, 67 people answered it correctly. Let's jump onto the scoreboard. So we have Aradhana on the top, Kashif on second, and Smita on third. Okay, we'll go to the next questions. We have question number 2. It's a multiple choice question. You have to choose 2 correct answers. Choose the best 2 features of Service Cloud. Last 10 seconds, guys. Okay, we were able to capture more than 90 answers. So 83 people answered it correctly. Let's see what is the score. Okay, so we have entirely new 5 people coming in. So Jay at the top, Ria at second, and Shilpi at third. Okay, so third question is Service Cloud built the Salesforce customer success platform? So it's a true false type of question. We are expecting everyone to answer this correctly. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, so 96 people answered it. Okay, and 11 answers correctly. We have Jash on the top, Divya on second, and Sriram on third. In how many ways you can configure omni-channel routing? If you had listened to the session very carefully, Kathy did mention about it. Okay, so 80 people have answered correctly. We'll move to the next. Okay, Divya coming at the top, Sriram at second, and Jay at third. So scoreboards are changing after each questions. Fifth question. With Service Cloud, you can automate service processes, streamline workflows, both or none of the above. Tough competition, guys. Okay. So 67 people have answered it correctly. Let's see the scoreboard. Okay. Again, there is a change. So Jay comes up to the top, Jayata at second, and Riya at the third position. It's a true false type. Does omnichannel routing only come into picture when a case is assigned to the queue? Let's see the answer. Okay. People have answered it very fast. We have already 102 people answered it, and we still have 5 seconds. Okay. So 59 people have answered it correctly. Okay, let's see who's at the top now. So Jay is at top, Jayata at second, and Krishan is at the third position. Okay, we'll move to the next question. Seventh question. Best use case of external routing is best for larger organizations, best for smaller, both or none. Okay, so 6 people managed to answer it correctly. Okay, Sriram is at top, Jay is at second, and Jayata is third. Omni-channel matches dash to agents who possesses all required skills. Okay, so 47 people have answered it correctly. It's work items. Let's move on to the next. So Jay at first, Aradhana coming back to the top 3, and Divya is at third position. Let's go to the next. How does skill-based routing work? Okay, 28 people answered it correctly. Okay, let's go on to the scoreboard. Aradhana reclaiming her spot at the first position, Jay at second, and Saurabh at the third position. So last question, guys. Okay. Service channel can be on. Okay. 64 people answered it correctly. Let's see the final podium. Okay. We have Divya on the third. We have Saurabh Kumar coming into the second point. Second, and we have Aradhana at the top. And Akansha and Sriram are on runners up. So we have certification voucher for the top 3 for this session. So Aradhana, Saurav, and Divya, please put in your email IDs on the chat window. And thank you, Kayati, for being amazing, about giving an amazing session. It was pleasure hearing you. And guys, if you still have some questions, please reach out to Khayati on Twitter or LinkedIn. She has already shared her Twitter handle and LinkedIn.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Thanks. Yeah.
Rahul, we can wrap up the session, right?
Yes, Chinmay, I was just collecting the email IDs. I guess we have got everyone's email ID. We received Aradhana, and Divya, and Saurabh. Yeah, all three are done. Thank
Okay.
you, guys. Thank you for joining. I'll just end the session. I'll stop the recording.